Put up Minecraft. Resume game. Good morning, everyone. As it comes to a surprise, I am actually streaming early this time. Oh, the joys of not having a sister in the house. Because she's at her grandma's. We are continuing our construction from yesterday. I actually double-checked my footage from yesterday. Surprisingly, I knocked out yesterday at like 12 o'clock, and then my phone was still alive for the whole night. So it was still capturing my gameplay from Minecraft, even though it was just sitting there doing nothing. I'm surprised my phone didn't die, because for 9 hours, the phone should have died like at, I would say, 5 in the morning with the battery. But thank goodness. And I also found out that when I sleep, I don't snore. There was something in the background. I'm pretty sure that was just my fan going off. And then the devices probably were too close to each other, so it was causing a tiny echo. But no, I was not snoring yesterday, surprisingly. Some people, when I used to be on calls with them, and I accidentally forgot to stop it, would say I snore. But the footage from Twitch confirms I don't snore. Anyways, we're going to be continuing the construction we did yesterday. We're actually almost done. By looking at my progress, there are only... Okay, let me go all the way over here because I already did all these. Look how much progress we made in one stream yesterday. Now there's only 5 spires remaining around Wonder Tower. And once I get these done, it's time to start building the processing center. After that, it will be just outlining the rest of the prison. And that is going to be complicated because now I have to actually make sure that the outline around the prison itself is big enough to the point where that part where the amusement mile is at, that's where the wall will that's where the wall will end. So, let's get the switch back over here. Now, this may come to a surprise, but before I started Twitch, I had a YouTube channel. So from now on, if any of my streams on Twitch disappear, I'm going to push them to YouTube. That way, anybody who wants to review or watch the whole thing, if they didn't get a chance to, before it was deleted, they will now get a chance to watch it. My YouTube channel is Hero Cabrera 15. I haven't touched that channel in years. The last video I made that was popular on that channel was a couple years ago. It was for Fortnite. Back then when Fortnite was actually good. I don't have any diss with Fortnite. It's just the game has gotten really boring due to the fact that they're trying to target an audience that just isn't interested in the game anymore. The thing with how Fortnite is becoming is with the fact their audience. Back then, it was obvious their target audience was teenagers. Now, because of so many different audiences in the game, they're trying to make the game E for everyone. Excuse the pun. But it's not. It satisfies no one. My brother and I used to play Fortnite a ton years ago. Now, because of the algorithm, we don't even play it anymore. I haven't played Fortnite since I last played Fortnite with my friend. But since then, I hadn't touched the game at all. And that's a wee bit concerning considering the fact that its original audience was teenagers between the ages of, I think, 12 and 18. But over the years, they've been trying to make the algorithm E for everyone, so it could appeal to all ages. I think the starting is at 8, and then it lasts to, obviously, 18. But the thing is, that algorithm just doesn't work with old players anymore. My brother and I stopped playing the game a while ago. Well, he stopped playing a couple months ago. I stopped playing a month ago. I tried making a stream for it on Fortnite when I first started. That did not go so well. Even trying to appeal with challenges just didn't give me the hype to continue playing it. I still have it, but I haven't touched it in a while. I normally just play the festival just to listen to the songs and sing. But as far as the main game goes, I don't even play it anymore. The superhero arc, yeah, that's cool, but it doesn't have the charm it once had. And if that continues to happen, they may end up losing the game entirely. They have big plans with Disney, which I'm actually a big fan of, but if this algorithm continues to flop, that's probably not going to give me enough reassurance to go back. I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts about this? Because Fortnite has always been a pinnacle game for me. My brother played it before I did, and I got better at it quite quickly when I used to play on a PS4 with YouTube. I had a lot of memories with the game. My first wins, my YouTube channel, but since then, the game just doesn't have the charm it once had. Chapter 6, yeah, that was cool. I was definitely a fan of the Japanese mythology type, along with Baymax as the secret skin, but since then, I just haven't had the thrill and the fun just to play it again. The last good thing I remember about the game was when they released Hatsune Miku. Oh, and Sabrina Carpenter. But after that, I just don't have the charm for it anymore. And I know that a lot of players that played the game during like the good years of like chapter 2, chapter 3, and chapter 4, they'll know just how different the game feels now. Like, think about it. In the game's history, chapter 2 had tons of cool seasons, and their algorithm wasn't to appeal to anyone. They were just pushing content, pushing skins that teenagers could relate to. Like, for example, The Mandalorian came out when The Mandalorian show was at its peak, and then we also had Marvel release. Then we had Chapter 6 with Batman and basketball showing up. Same with what is his name? LeBron James. And then with Season 8, of course, we had Marvel villains show up. Like, for example, Venom. That was a cool skin and a cool movie, honestly. Their algorithm back then was never to appeal to anyone. It was to appeal to people that loved sports, to appeal to teenagers that loved Marvel, DC, stuff like that. Back then, the algorithm was simple. It wasn't that complicated as it is now. Like with Chapter 3. With Chapter 3, Season 1, we had Spider-Man. The actual Spider-Man, though, not like the comics one. We did have the comic Spider-Man, but we had Tom Holland Spider-Man, which, if you guys can't guess right now, Tom Holland is like my idol. My itty-bitty idol. With Season 2, we had the Spider-Verse characters start showing up, with the Prowler as the secret skin. And then we had Doctor Strange. The season afterward, we had Darth Vader show up. The Stormtrooper characters came back. Lightsabers returned. And then obviously with Season 4, we got more Spider-Verse characters show up. Gwen Stacy showed up. We had the Herald. I mean, sure, that season did have a flop, though, because of Fracture. But then when Chapter 4 rolled around, the Hulk came in. Mr. Beast came out. Um, My Hero Academia came out with season 3. With chapter 3, we had Dragon Ball. Like, the game has come a long way in popularity, and then everything fell apart after chapter 5 ended. And then with chapter 4, with season 2, we had oh crap, what was season 2 again? Oh, season 2 was the first Japanese season. We had, of course, Nezuko. I think that's what her name was. Yeah, Nezuko. What else did we have? We had Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan showed up. That was a big collab. I'm a little disappointed that we didn't get the Titan transformation that everybody wanted. With season 3, we had Transformers show up with the release of Rise of the Beasts. The other Transformers did show up as purchasable packs later on in the year. With season 4, we had oh shoot, I forgot. What was his name again? Kato Thorn. Kato Thorn came out. We returned to season 1 for OG. That was pinnacle because I never got a chance to experience chapter 1. I played the game when chapter 3 came out. But I did back then. I had a friend that was a real OG, and he liked the fact that we went back to chapter 1. What else? With OG, we also had the old skins return. Like, what was his name? Bright Bomber and stuff like that. Skull Trooper. Stuff like that. Then we went into chapter 5. Family Guy came out. We had a first-person mode finally in the game. We had medallions added. I'm trying to think what else. We had the multiverse finally accessible. Festival came out. Lego mode came out. Rocket Racing released. Season 2, we saw Greek mythology. We saw characters like Midas return. We saw Zeus. Not Prometheus. Hades. Cerebus. Season 3. What was season 3 again? Because with season 3, I took a long break from the game because I didn't play it for a while. Mainly because season 3 felt boring to me. Season 3 was the wrecked season. I didn't play much of that season really. The only good thing that came out that was really good to a lot of people was the fact that Metallica was the festival special that season. And then with season 4, we had Marvel make its return. Doctor Doom took over the island. We had Gwenpool come out. Captain America for Jonesy. We had Wolverine. What else? What else released? Deadpool and Wolverine came out. The characters for Deadpool and Wolverine were returned to the item shop because I think they came out in chapter 4. Then that same season we had the live event for Doctor Doom. After that, we went to Remix, back to chapter 2. It felt so good to be back on the original island. The island I didn't start on, but I was playing the game videoless when season 8 and season 7 came out. Season 7 for me was like the best season when I was playing. When my brother used to play, season 4 was his favorite. After Remix, we started chapter 6, and chapter 6 was awesome with season 1. Baymax showed up, Godzilla showed up, Kong showed up. We had wall climb added into the game. What else? ranked was distributed between them now, between all the modes. Uh, what else? What else showed up? Snoop Dogg. Oh well, no, Snoop Dogg ended that year. Hatsune Miku was the festival special that year. That season. I liked that so much. Her music was really nice to listen to. My friends liked Hatsune Miku, so that was understandable. When season 2 released, uh, it was cool because I got to see Midas again. I got a new Midas skin because the only Midas skin I had was Summer Midas, which released in season 7 from chapter 2. And then we had Dill Pickle make his debut, which is supposed to be like a funnier version of Peely. What else came out? We saw Vaults make their return. Exotics were super overpowered that season. What else came out that season? Shoot, I'm trying to remember. Oh, Maria Carey. Oh no, Maria Carey came out season 1. Shoot. What else came out that year? Shoot, I can't remember. Sabrina Carpenter was the festival special that season. Season 3, with season 3 being the superhero season, I'm pretty sure the flop on the algorithm started when when chapter 6 started, yeah. The first pinnacle change that really put a sour taste on my mouth was in chapter 5, in the middle of it. They added a feature where certain skins that you wear on your locker would be forbidden in some experiences, which was understandable. They had a bunch of young audiences and they didn't want a bunch of skins that needed to be censored to show up in a game. The thing with that though, it pushed players on edge because they bought the character to be able to use the character. So it doesn't feel right that when they added that feature, the character they once played was forbidden on some experiences. Same with me, because I was playing around that time. When they added that feature, I was disappointed because I didn't waste tons of V-Bucks on a character that I received either from the Battle Pass or from the item shop and not be able to use it. That's just a waste of money. And when I talked to my friends about it, it was clear that after that one change, it seemed like Epic Games was changing their algorithm for good. They did eventually remove the feature, but it was clear to me that they're starting to change a lot of their overall appearance now. And that was the final straw for me. After that, I just don't have that much enjoyment with the game anymore. So many memories. And now I just can't look at the game the same anymore. So if you guys are wondering why I haven't streamed Fortnite in a while, that's why. But let me know your thoughts in the chat below. We're just casually finishing up these spires, and then we'll start working on the processing center. The thing that differentiates with Epic and other companies like Black Ops, like Call of Duty or Activision, and what is the other popular game? Oh, Brawl Stars. The thing with those two companies, they are not trying to appeal to any sort of audience. Call of Duty is intended for teenagers, but because there's a lot of younger players playing the game, they don't have to change anything about the game because their game will always remain at the top even with changes. That's just how it's always been. Call of Duty was always pinnacle no matter who was playing the game. And I think that should be the main thing that Epic should learn from. Why try to appeal to all audiences and just focus on your target audience, the audience that has been with you since the beginning? Once you see that little fault, then you'll start to see what you should be actually working for. And I'm pretty sure that is a very big lesson that Epic needs to start to learn. Otherwise, I do fear disaster could strike any year in the future. Unless they start actually putting in content that players have actually wanted. Like, for example, when is One Piece gonna come out? That has been the one anime I have always wanted to see in Fortnite. We had Naruto, we had Dragon Ball, we had Attack on Titan. Demon Slayer is supposed to make his debut soon. But where the hell is a One Piece? That has been the one anime I've always wanted to see in Fortnite, and not a single peep. Not a peep. Oh no. I don't want to go to the store. I'm working right now. But yeah, that's the one thing that Epic needs to learn from. If they can't learn from it, I fear that disaster will strike soon. Even Minecraft, a game that has been around longer than Fortnite has still remained popular to this day, and they didn't even have to change a thing. Their game will always stay popular just because of its mantra. Build Minecraft. No, any gamer out there would want to play this game. That mantra has stayed with them since the game's launch, and it has never backfired before. Sure, some content creators for Minecraft have come and gone. Rest in peace, Technoblade. But the game will always stay popular no matter the time. Games like this, Minecraft, Call of Duty, Brawl Stars, all of these games, they don't appeal to anyone. And that's the main lesson Epic needs to learn. And not just Epic. If there are a couple WB fanatics in the background, there are 3 changes that really put a big sour taste on my mouth. One being their logo. WB's logo always was very unique with the buildings in the background and the yellow and blue color scheme. So why in their modern iteration of the logo is it blue and white now with no buildings? I understand that was their push to make their company look more modernized so it would stand tall against its competitors, but it just doesn't look right because you're literally looking at a logo that just has blue and white. No uniqueness at all. Another is with their marketing strategy. So, if I have any Arkham fans in the audience, you guys must remember when Kill the Justice League came out, right? Don't get me wrong, when I saw the trailer, I wanted to play the game. And I'm probably still going to, even with the amount of backlash I might get. But it turns out the reason the game flopped so much was because it was a game nobody asked for. Arkham Knight came out so it released in 2023, right? So Arkham Knight came out in 17? So that means it is 6 years older than Arkham Knight. But it was a game nobody asked for. After Arkham Knight ended and Bruce Wayne's presumed death, Kill the Justice League was a game no one even asked for. After Arkham Knight ended, fans were begging for a new Batman game. Because if anybody has followed Batman, even in the cinematic universe, they know Batman will never kill himself unless it's the right thing to do. And if he knows that there is no other protector in Gotham that could handle his criminals as well as the crime, he has to stay alive, even if his identity had been revealed. He just has to change a few things. And in the line of Arkham Knight, he probably did not kill himself. Because the way that you know, Bruce always has a backup plan. In Arkham Origins, when Bane blows up the Batcave, his only backup plan was the fact that Bane actually screwed up himself for taking the TN1 serum, and he lost his memory of Bruce. If he hadn't lost his memory, Batman would not have been Batman for 12 years. He most likely would have ended his crime fighting if Alfred or his other companions were killed. He has been able to stay as Batman for 12 years. There have been a lot of people that have tried to figure out his identity. And he always has a backup plan. That's just how Bruce is. So yeah, those are my thoughts on many of the vulnerabilities that tons of companies to this day have. And let me tell you, they ain't pretty. And if they don't start stepping up their game, they could end up going out of business. And I'm not exaggerating. There have been many decisions with WB that have really put me on edge. Do you guys remember the good old days when WB and Lego were partners? Where they made so many good movies back then when we were kids? I hear you, all those 2000s kids. WB made Batman feel perfect. In the Lego universe, that is. However, when WB tried their attempt to make a game like Arkham Origins, the game was good, but WB didn't make it feel like it was good in their eyes. So, I assume that's the reason that game doesn't have a remaster. It's the only 3 old Arkham games that does not have a remaster. Arkham City got a remaster, Arkham Asylum got a remaster, Arkham Origins, not a single remaster. And we, the fans of Batman Arkham, know that Arkham Origins deserves a remaster. It's a good game with really good mechanics. The crime scene mechanic is really cool. The boss fights are good in Arkham Origins with Bane and Killer Croc along with Deathstroke. When I saw that scene on YouTube, it really showed the fact that even though Batman back then was full of anger, he would try his best not to kill a villain. Even a villain like Deathstroke, who at the time wasn't really a villain, huh? He was just a bounty hunter collecting cash. Even villains like the Joker, because this is their first encounter, he didn't kill him. Jim Gordon wanted Batman to kill Joker, but he let him live. And for 12 years in Batman's career, the Joker was still kicking around until his inevitable demise in Arkham City. So just like Epic Games, WB hasn't isn't been really good either. And with the fact of Lego, WB and Lego were really good partners. They made really good Lego games. The like not Lego games, Lego movies. The one in particular that I have a little bit of question for was the Flash one they released. I mean, it was mid, honestly. The Barry Allen that WB wanted to follow, the same with the DCU. He just feels really quirky, just a little too immature, honestly. The one that they released for CW, which is Grant Gustin, I love that Flash the most. And it pains me to hear that James Gunn hasn't decided if he wants Grant Gustin to be the new Flash for the DCU. Because I'm going to tell you, he deserves it. He slays the TV show for the Flash every step of the way. The episodes were a banger. The show did end a couple of years ago, but still, the show has a really good legacy, and I just love watching it. My brother binges it over and over all the time. It's a really good show, and he deserves to be on the DCU. Another thing with their partnership was the fact that after Lego Movie 2 released, they had plans to make Lego Movie 3, but after their partnership concluded, it never released. Which sucks because who wanted to see Emmett? Chris Pratt as Emmett again. I wanted to. I wanted to see Will Arnett as Batman again. See Wildstyle again. Maybe even see Lord Business again. But we never got to see that because the two companies decided to create a folly and deny their partnership permanently. It sucks because the Lego Movie was a really good franchise. I loved the movie. It was funny as a kid. The game was also really good. Lego Movie 2 was really good. The game is a little questionable. They took away the original charm from the first game and just made the game feel like... What other game released during that generation, generation era that was similar to the Lego Movie 2? What was it? No, it wasn't Lego Marvel 2. It wasn't Supervillains. Those games were bangers. What game was it? I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, the Lego Movie 2 game, though, just didn't feel as good as the first one. They should have just kept the original flair of the first game by making it open world, like the way Lego Movie 1 was. But you'd be able to explore Apocalypseburg, you'd be able to explore all the worlds in the movie, but in a better format, in a better story, better format, as well as better style. Got it. Hold on. All right, so we are gonna put this stream on hold for a while. I'm gonna eat lunch with my family. So thank you for tuning in, and I will see you later. I'm gonna speed away to lunch now. So bye, everybody.